We are still in Dailek. The road is really poor shape. It has seen much better days. Some very rough parts behind me. There's not so much traffic because I just talked to the person in the previous video. There was a petrol truck bursting into flames right there. Look at this sand. Look at this sand. It's that truck bursted into flames and the road was closed for 10 days. And as in the previous video seen, there was another truck in a corner stuck. That's also since 2 days. So probably many truck drivers from Jumla and Mugu have heard that news somehow and may not be on the road because it's a tough going. It looks like it can go through, but they're at one place very, very bad, very difficult. As I mentioned previously, this road took 35 years to be built from Surkhet to Jumla, 245 kilometers long. Yes, it is difficult, no question. That's an undertaking, especially in the 80s and 90s in a country like Nepal, one of the least developed countries in the world, with poor infrastructure, poor education, high corruption, unstable government, and as well very limited knowledge in how to build roads on such difficult terrain. You have to see the Himalayas are a very young, at least in earth history speaking, area. So the rocks are often not stable and it's still moving on an annual basis. The Indian plateau subducting to the Eurasian plateau, and therefore the Himalaya is actually growing every year almost 8 millimeters on average, data suggests. So building roads in such a difficult geological and climatical condition by a poor, impoverished country, developing country, is indeed an enormous challenge. Additionally is surely the issue of corruption. This road could have been built maybe in 10 years, but it was built in 35 years. Because lots of money has been misused. Money was allocated, the foundation of the road was usually made very, very poorly, and then just a little bit asphalt on top, and these heavy overloaded trucks who go through this road, they damage it within a short time of period. So no wonder that the roads look in this condition. Also, maintenance is not an issue really known to the people here, and therefore maintenance is not done diligently and periodically. As we see here everywhere, lack of asphalt and holes are filled with mud, as we see here, which makes it very slippery, especially in corners, and is immediately taken away within a matter of days by these heavy overloaded trucks, especially in the corners when the tires rub so strongly on the road due to the friction And then the differential just has to be not perfect running, and then it's even worse. Just got a bug or a fly in my eye. Despite the glasses. So slippery in these corners. Myanmar, 64 kilometers to Myanmar, that's the capital of Calicut. I tried to video that as well because it's a little special road. It has lots of serpentines and leads from the bottom of the river up to the ridge. Another district capital which is located on the ridge. It's nice of the drivers. You honk once, twice, they see you in the mirror and they usually try to let you go as soon as they can. And then when you overtake, you honk twice, kind of thank you. That's the way it is here. A beautiful stretch for a change. Enjoy that. After the dust. Yeah, this water drainage in the roads, you have to be always careful. They can be rather deep. And the entry and exit can be rather abrupt, going down or going up. So better to go out of the saddle and let the motorbike jump in and jump out again. See, like this here. That was a nice one. Down is the Karnali, the big Karnali, the longest river in Nepal. Nepal is very rich in water resource and sun. These are the renewable energy resources Nepal has. Sun and water, 300 days per year sunshine, and at altitude even better because of less air density and lower temperature. And as we know, the lower the temperature, the better, higher efficiency of the solar panel. So it's actually very good. And water is even more potential. Nepal has over 6,000 rivers, and the practical, feasible hydropower potential lies at 40,000 megawatt, 40 gigawatt. An enormous amount Nepal could never ever use itself, but could sell at a good profit and income to India. But as again, Nepal as a developing country has started very small with microhydros initially, very localized, and with foreign help such as the United Mission to Nepal, with whom we worked, the Christian group United Mission to Nepal, whom we worked in the 90s and early 2000s. They have built some of the first larger megawatt scale hydropower plants in Nepal, and Nepal has taken over since then more and more. And at the moment Nepal is able to power the whole country with electricity, wherever electricity goes to at the moment, with its own resources. Still, the per capita electricity consumption is very, very low per year. 10% of a European person's average consumption. But the potential is there, and hydropower is seen now as a good income generation opportunity for the country, and that is pushed. Fortunately or more unfortunately, it's more often now Chinese big companies and governments who are undertaking the large-scale hydropower plant construction, seemingly as development work, but practically the world knows China is out for resources, China is out for power and authority. So Nepal sells its country more and more to foreign powers and authorities, which is probably in the long run not the wisest. But that's my perception. Here is a difficult one. I shouldn't go too fast. These are drainages from the hills here. When there's heavy rain, water collects in these so-called gullies, like we see here. They come down, and then they have to be led through over the road. Usually in other countries they go underground through cement or steel pipes under the road. Here they just go above the road. It's much cheaper. And also one way to do it. Just have to be careful when you drive. Stop recording.